Hey YouTube! In the last video we covered how to increase the range of our towers, but we saw that it didn't increase the range of our weapons as well. So in this episode we're going to cover how to increase the range of your weapons, how to edit your weapons, and how to give towers different weapons like you see here, with the Dart Monkey having the Sun God weapon. This video will be picking up where the last video left off. If you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and watch it now. We're doing this so we don't have to also increase the tower range as well, since we've already done that in the last video. If you're just joining us and you're not really sure what I'm doing, watch the first episode in this tutorial series because we go over everything you need to do, how to get the tools, and how to get started. So let's start off by increasing our weapons range. Go to Scripts, then scroll down until you see Towers. Open up Towers, and then click on Tower Factory. Once it's open, scroll down until you start seeing projectile def. This is where all the projectile definitions are, and this is basically the weapons themselves. The names aren't super specific because all we see is projectile def equals new projectile. You know, this one might be a dart, but this one's a nail. You know, this one says shuriken, but that's acorn. We're not too sure which one is which. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down until we get to our tower definitions. Right here. Now we're looking for the Dart Monkey's weapon, so I've found the tower definition for Dart Monkey. I'm going to scroll to the right until I see something about a weapon right here. So we've got weapons, vector, weapon, LOC 120. So we need to go to LOC 120. I'm not sure if that's lock 120, but we'll just call it lock 120, I guess, because it's a little easier. LOC. So I'm scrolling up until I find lock 120, and here it is, lock 120. This is the Dart Monkey Dart. So this is the weapon. In the last video, we changed the range of visibility on the Dart Monkey tower itself to 9,999, but we saw that while the Dart Monkey could see the balloons, he'd throw his darts, but they would disappear before they hit the balloons because the weapon themselves did not have increased range. So to do that, we found the weapon. All we gotta do now is, here's the range. So just click on the 161, which is the range, and it'll open it up in the P code so we can see it's push short 161. I'm gonna click edit P code and change it from push short 161 to push short 9999. If you remember from the last video, we're using push short because it's a bigger value. Push byte is for smaller values and push short is going to be for larger values, and we want to make sure we're keeping that consistent with. Also, you can see we just changed the range right here, and directly below that value we entered is this thing called range. So we can usually see the name of what we're editing directly below what we're editing. For example, here's 805, and below that is power. And in my opinion, I believe that's basically speed, or how fast the dart is going to be going, which I think we should change. So let's go ahead and change this 805 to 9999 as well. And we have reload time, which is how fast it's going to be going. I'm sorry, not how fast it's going to be going, how fast it will be reloading. I'm going to set this to 0.05. I could set this to 0, but I'd like you guys to see that it does get increased, but it's not just one constant streamline. So now I'm done with this. I'm going to click Save down at the bottom, click OK, and then I'm going to click Save up top. And now it's done saving, and let's test this out. So I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to copy BTD5.swf, and I'm going to paste it inside of my assets folder for the Balloons Tower Defense 5 Deluxe. And I will replace the original file, go back and run the exe. So we're in game. I'm going to take this Dart Monkey and place him down here in the back. You can see he's still got 0 cost. I'm going to go ahead and press play. And look at that. That is so fast, it's kind of hard to see. That is fast. It's a little hard to see, but the Dart Monkey is throwing darts and they are popping balloons over here. You can see a dart right here pop up for half a second. You can see a dart right here. So we have successfully increased the range of the dart, and you can see the power and the reload speed as well. Let's try to give him the Sun God weapon now. I'm back inside of JPEX, and we're in the Tower Factory file like we were a moment ago. If you're lost, it's under Scripts and the Towers folder. So to do this, we're going to have to find out which one of the weapons is the Sun God weapon. Which one of these is the Sun God weapon? So I'm going to scroll down until I see something about the Sun God. Let's see. So here it is, the Sun Avatar, or the name is Sun God. Now we're gonna, like before, just scroll down on the right until we see it giving it a weapon. So the weapon it gives it is Lock 33. I'm sorry, Lock 133. So we're gonna scroll up until we see a projectile definition 133, and here it is. Let's start off by giving the Dart Monkey this weapon. So I'm gonna scroll down until I see the Dart Monkey definition. So then I'm gonna scroll to the right. And now we can see here is his current weapon definition, Lock 120. Let's change that to 133. So I have it clicked on. I'm going to go to the P code, and where it says get local, we're going to change it from 120, which we can see here. We're going to change that to, click edit P code, and then we're going to change that to 133. And click save. So now if we played the game, we would have the Sun God weapon. But why stop there? Why test it out just to see when the weapon's there when we could make the weapon even cooler? So let's go back up to Lock 123, or the Sun God weapon, which is... here it is. So we've got the Sun God weapon here. Let's have some fun. Let's start off by giving him crazy range. So I have it clicked on. Now I'm going to click edit P code, and we can see up here is the range. So I'm going to change that to 9,999. We can see the power is 875. We can also see it here. So I'm going to change the power from 875 to 1500 because I don't want it to be too crazy. We've got the reload speed. I'm going to change that to 0.05. See here. Looks like it's saying that its base weapon is projectile lock 22. And if we scroll up, we can see it right here. This weapon is the Sunbeam weapon. It has a 15 pierce, so it'll pierce through 15 balloons, or 15 layers. A radius of 15. Let's see what else we've got here. It's got some interesting stuff. Got a damage effect, and it can break ice. In a later video, we'll cover how to edit these so we can make our weapons really cool. But for now, let's just stick to editing Lock 133. So we've got the count of 3. Now that's how many sunbeams it's going to have. Let's change that to 11. And then we've got the angle. I'm going to change this to 0.25. So that's going to be the spread, or the angle between each sunbeam. Now I'd say that's good enough, so let's go ahead and save this. Click OK, and then let's save in the top left corner, add it to our game, and see what happens. So I'm in game, I'm going to take the Dart Monkey and place him down, and let's hit go and see what happens. Wow, would you look at that? That looks crazy. You can see it's a lot more than 3 beams because it's just kind of like one constant spread. If you want the spread of these beams to be closer together like it was at the beginning of the video, I changed it from 0.25 down to 0.1. I don't necessarily recommend that though, because it kind of looks like a really nice spread right now, and it would be hitting a lot of balloons at once with that. Anyways guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back for more. Thanks for watching.